How we doing? I hope everybody's doing fine. We're here today in Hastings with the Black Lives Matters March. There have been a lot of questions in regards to Black Lives Matter, and people have wanted people to change the name Black Lives Matter. So I'll change that real quick until lives of black people matter. So I hope that works for everybody. I do not live in the United States of America. I live in a state in America called Minnesota. If we are to make America great again, as the president says, I don't even know what that means to make America great again. I thought this was the United States of America, and we should be trying to make the first United States. And when I say this is not the United States of America, when you're united as one. The thing that feeds racism is the system. And the system wants us to believe that there's an issue with black and white America and minorities. There's no issue between black and whites in America. The issue is the system, and the system continues to feed racism. We will not ever get rid of racism. Racism is someone's opinion or their belief. But what I'm here to say to you today is that there are three houses: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial. As I hold up this sign, these houses are not doing what they're supposed to do for the human race. They're not a system that is about justice. See, this system is designed to keep those in power. Public Enemy had a song out a long time ago called "Fight the Power." We have to fight the powers that be. See, we are the power as the government, but we need to fight the powers as people. So there are two kind of people in the world today. Many will have you believe there are different cultures, but there are two kind of people in the world today: right and wrong. And you have to stand up for what's right. We should not be standing up right now for what's right. We should be standing up for what's wrong. See, the system has corrupted us and brainwashed us to believe that the fight is amongst the people. The fight is not amongst the people. The fight is amongst the system that has been created. And I have a solution to the pollution. And the solution is, no, we don't want to defund the police. That doesn't make sense to defund the police. But I've heard that most people want. No, I want to have something in place. So therefore, the police should be living in the community. The police need to live in this community. They should have a civilian review board, and they're allowed to carry their permits. And they live in the village. They get paid as well. So when there's a crime or there's violence, the civilian police come on the scene and the regular police come on the scene. It's amazing that in America we can let a man go in the building and he's shot people, and we can take hours, we can have the SWAT team come in, and we can take 3-4 days to talk him down. But when we have an issue in the community, especially the African American community, you can't talk to a kid for 5 minutes. You know, there's an issue. So it's lovely out here when we can see that there has to be unity in the community. And the system doesn't want unity in the community, because when you have unity in the community, things will change. In order to bring about change, it was so lovely. I went on one march and I seen all different cultures marching together for Black Lives Matter.
So we're out here for another march. Specifically, it's in response to a lot of hate we've gotten. We are still bringing the message of the systemic issues and racism that is rampant in our country and in this city. But recently we've gotten a lot of threats of, and a lot of insults, which comes with it. But we are showing up as a community, saying that won't deter us. We're still persistent in our message, and we are all here together with the same message. And despite our representatives not really saying anything, we know, we are the representatives. We are the citizens of Hastings. We don't need to be told what we think. It helps. It would be wonderful if we did have people speak up for us, elected officials. But until then, we can be our own voice and we can be our own vessel for change. We had an incident recently and of a threat of violence, and our representatives, that was the first time they spoke of it, and we've been out protesting in front of City Hall every day for about a month now, and it took until that level to get somebody to say something. And it's a shame because one of the threats we got was, get out of my town. If I see you in my town again, this will happen. If only we had somebody that could tell people that this isn't what his town represents. His town is our town, and our town represents equality and justice. And so we get told a lot, people that disagree with us, they call themselves patriots. And I just want to say, patriotism is fighting for what's right. Our country was founded on it, and we will continue to fight for it. This is what patriotism is. It is people grouping together and knowing there's injustices and trying to change it. Protesting is patriotism.
My name is Sam St. John, and I've been a resident of Hastings, Minnesota my whole life, and I think that I've been so proud to live in Hastings my whole life, and I think that all the work that they've done to Hastings is so beautiful, but you can't ignore the ugly thing that's defacing this whole entire town right now, which is racism. And I want to be proud to live in my town, Hastings, Minnesota again, and I'm proud to stand with these people here to say that Black Lives Matter and that we need to take a stand, and that this town is overrun with racism, and I want to be proud to be in Hastings again. The last time I came to this protest, I was followed home. I don't live very far from here, and I was harassed. And I think that my whole life I felt safe living in Hastings, and right now it's kind of hard to feel safe. And I don't think that Hastings, Minnesota should be like that, and I want this town to be safe again for all people. I am a indigenous person of color, and I want, if I ever have kids someday, I want them to be safe in this town too.
We just got done with the protest from Leduc to the City Hall. It went great, had a good response. A lot of honks. Got good news. We put some recommendations for policy in place in Hastings, and they got accepted by the City Council. So we're waiting to hear back for a meeting to discuss our recommendations and what we want to change their system, but also the system at hand. So I want to thank everybody for coming out, and be tuned for the great news and for the meeting, and look at the results.
No justice, no peace.